You are listening to the On the Blueline podcast, covering the National Hockey League and more hockey news. Here are your hosts now, Phil Bernardi and Chad Van Doorzen. Hi and hello, folks, to the On the Blueline Hockey podcast. I'm here today with my partner,
Chad Van Doorzen.
My name is Phil Bernardi, and it is Friday, June 9th, as we record this in the morning. Last night was a pretty deciding Game 5 by Pittsburgh, Chad.
Oh yeah, Phil. 6-0.
I mean, and Pecorino got pulled in the first period after 3 goals. But I gotta say, a couple didn't look like it was his fault. I mean, he looked shaky, but...
He looked shaky and Pittsburgh was fast.
Now, we were just talking about this off show a few minutes earlier. Do we think Nashville's going to win at home, or are they going to roll over for Game 6 on Sunday? 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 Eastern. I believe that's 9 Pacific. I don't know. I'm getting better at my time zones. You know, we just got to worry about the Chicagoland area here with our Central Time zone. So
I think it's worth mentioning though, since everyone.
Oh yeah, but you know. Staying local to us, Chicagoland fellas.
Yeah, you're going to do Europe also if you're going to go Pacific.
Yeah, we do have a lot of Euro fans out there. Got to acknowledge you guys. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Yeah. Well, like I said, man, what do you think about Game 6? Like your initial reaction after seeing Game 5 about Game 6?
Seems you got to go with the trend.
Were you just like, Nashville's going to win this? Were you like, oh, man, I don't know. I think Nashville's going to roll over. Do you think... What's on your mind, Chad? Come on,
I was going to say, Game 1 and 2, you know, it just seemed like Pittsburgh's going to win their games at home. Nashville's going to win their games at home. And it may be one of those Stanley Cups that you're like, okay, let's see if anything is going to change Game 7.
Now, I'm not sure what year it happened, but I do remember... I know several playoff series have been like this, obviously. Mm-hmm. I definitely got to say, I think a Stanley Cup was like this recently, in the last 10 years. You know, back to when the Hurricanes won the Cup.
Oh, yeah.
So, post-lockout, post-real lockout, where they canceled the season and didn't award a Stanley Cup for the first time since, I don't know, the Spanish influenza in 1918 or something. Yeah. It was something ridiculous. That's how bad that lockout was. So that is the lockout to me. What was that? 04, 05.
Yeah, it was.
Because 05, 06, Canes won it. And then 03, 04, Tampa won it. So they had that year off, yeah.
Yeah.
That's when everyone really learned about the EuroLeagues. But that's for the summer podcast anyways.
Did you mention the Hurricanes won after 05, 06, right?
Yeah, I just said that. Anyways, I got to say, I think Nashville was smart to pull Pecorino. I mean, the Pens did the same thing with Malkin and Crosby. You're just resting your best players.
Murray and...
I don't know. I don't think Murray got pulled. Not to my recollection.
Or when Fleury got pulled, you're saying?
No, I'm talking about last night.
Oh, right.
In Game 5.
Okay.
As you're scratching your head and I'm hitting my head against the wall.
Yeah, rubbing my beard trying to get this thinking cap on here.
Game 5, Chad.
Game 5?
Game 5. So anyways, I mean, UC Saros came in and he got lit up also. You know, Nashville couldn't put up any points on the board. You know, you really got to do that. You know, Murray's feeling kind of jacked, you know. He didn't have to make a ton of saves, but getting a shutout, you know, I being a goalie myself, I would feel jacked anyways getting a shutout no matter what.
Pittsburgh
and to stay in the Cup.
Yeah, Pittsburgh just came out and it was just like super speed compared to Nashville. It's like what happened from Nashville and from Game 3 to Game 4 entering to Game 5. They just slowed down, and I think every single time that they're winning games, I think what they really do is they're the type of team that gives you the puck and wants to smash you. Smashville. That's what, you know, their hockey style is all about. But then they get
like the Ron Hainsey goal.
Yeah.
Because Neal and Forsberg tried to lay the bejesus out of him. And he just sidestepped and gave him a little whoop, how you doing? And they both ran into each other like a Don Cherry highlight.
The blooper highlights.
Oh, yeah, that one will be on this past year's Don Cherry 29, I believe.
Oh, yeah. You're going to buy that right away?
Excuse me, folks. Yeah.
I might, too. But
So, I got to say, though, Nashville has just always started slow every game this series. I mean, even at home.
oh, yeah.
It's taken a little bit of time. I mean, the Pittsburgh's done a good job. I will commend them on that.
They
Mike
don't
Sullivan
have the
has
shakes
done
like Nashville does.
well, been there, done that.
Right. And I think that's one of the reasons for that.
Which, that's not a terrible reason why do you win the cup.
Right.
It's just going to be terrible to see them win it back to back.
Yeah, now you say it, like it just sounds like, it's going to be good for the Crosby legacy, the Malkin legacy, but it's like...
Malkin legacy. What are you talking about? Malkin legacy. This guy hasn't done anything since they won their first cup, and he hardly should have won the Conn Smythe that year.
Well, they're number 1 and number 2 in scoring all season.
Ever since he won the Conn Smythe, he's just been a big fat Russian.
I don't like him either, but he is a skilled player.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like him, but
Yeah, you did.
I like him a lot better than Crosby.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's saying a lot then about Crosby.
Oh, who threw a water bottle on the ice? Who throws a water bottle on the ice? Like,
Yeah.
what are you, a squirt?
Yeah.
He uses mites?
Yeah, and he punches somebody through the ref,
Yeah, he was rubbing out Subban's face into the ice, and then as soon as Subban gets him in a headlock,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you both roughing penalties.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him, but you have to...
I'm not a fan of the Golden Boy treatment. If he played if he got the treatment like everybody else, okay, I get it. But no, he's not Wayne Gretzky, folks.
Right.
Yeah, he's a superstar, but he had to work for it. He didn't have skills like Gretzky. Gretzky had skills. Skills. We're going to say this for a different podcast, but Gretzky had more skill than Crosby did because he was naturally gifted. Crosby had to work for it. Now that I don't take away from the guy. I like work ethic. That is awesome. But for Crosby to not have any skill, man, that's why I think Gretzky's better.
Another topic.
Yep, another topic for another day. But, is it nice to see him work hard? Yeah. But when you see him act like a jabroni,
And
why
be
do
called
you
the Golden Boy.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that...
why would you throw a water bottle on the ice? Like, in what context? And then, a linesman comes over and goes, "Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to throw the water bottle." Nobody cares about your excuse, Crosby.
That's the thing. Patrick Kane was, saying, "Oh yeah, he's not a good example for the younger ones." Well, the NHL does not do anything about Crosby. I mean, I understand all the actions are on the ice, and
I'd hope they'd give him a call saying, "Please keep your water bottle on the bench."
But see, there would be reports about that actually happened. I don't think none of it's actually happened.
Well, no, because he's the Golden Boy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're exactly right.
They have to build their brand around a player, but he ain't no Gretzky.
Connor McDavid's closer.
Yeah.
Already.
Gretzky had, I think, more class even. After meeting the man, Gretzky was a class act.
You met him?
Yeah. He's a class act, though, man. But I just got to say, I think Nashville is going to win Game 6. They're going to lose Game 7 by a blowout, but it'll be a bloodbath. I mean, last night, Arvidsson...
Well, it's as close to war as you'll get. I mean...
Arvidsson really just... him and Hagelin squared off. 2 Swedes, you got to like it. And Arvidsson just... he's given up maybe 3-4 inches of height.
You notice a lot. Have you noticed that too? The Swedish go against each other.
He just kicked the living poop out of him, and Hagelin's on the ground turtling, and Arvidsson's just giving those uppercuts.
Arvie, no.
Like what's that? One of those last scenes in Slapshot when they're playing the Syracuse Bulldogs, and they got Ogie Oglethorpe and all them enforcers. One of the guys just has somebody jersey over his head, just punching him with uppercuts. Arvidsson was basically doing that to Hagelin last night. It was...
What did you say, D2 Mighty Ducks?
God.
Yeah, it's
Or
a good
Goon.
movie. Goon.
But anyways, I think Nashville will win Game 6. I don't know the score. It's going to be tight, obviously.
No. It's gonna be a blowout.
You think it's going to be a blowout by Nashville?
Gotta be. I mean, look, just based off the trends.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single close game, really. They've all been like 2 or more goals.
Oh yeah. Would you say 3-5's not a blowout though?
5-3? No, that's still
Plus
a close
that's
game.
empty-netted goal.
Yeah,
That was our
but
first
there was
one.
no like 1-goal games.
Yeah.
There might have been, but man, I just gotta say though, I think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna be sad to see hockey end by next Friday when we record our next podcast.
So the first season we
Episode-
podcasted too.
Episode, I believe,
First.
25, 26. We're up there now, man.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Next week we will have a definite Stanley Cup champion.
I kept number at number 13. I thought that was the last podcast. So I know we did 20.
We're way up there now.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, we couldn't do any of this without our sponsors. One of our sponsors is from the state of hockey. The state of hockey is Minnesota, due to the numerous amateur and collegiate hockey teams, as well as the Minnesota Wild, as well as our other partners. JetCastRadio.com, WJOB 1230 AM and 104.7 FM, WJOB 1230.com. You can find us on our YouTube channel at On the Blue Line. We're on the Blue Line on Facebook. And we got a Twitter account. At Blue Line Podcast is our handle. I got to say, though, I think Nashville will win Game 6, lose Game 7. I think we'll see the Pens repeat. We'll have our first repeat champion since the Red Wings back in the late 90s. Exactly, man. I don't know.
They
I don't know
earned
how.
it. I
They
mean,
did. They worked for it. But I think, it was a weird Western Conference.
Yeah.
We won't. Well, you can recap this next Friday. But going along with the Predators, it was a weird Western Conference sort of this year.
Definitely. Like, yeah.
Because I've been noticing, usually, the Western Conference teams are big, bad, tough.
Huh?
Nashville, but also have the speed. Nashville. I don't know, but they just haven't been getting their goaltending like they usually have. It's like the wheels fell off Pecorine. Then he got him for games 3 and 4. And then,
Yeah, it definitely
and
was a
then
team united, not
They
just
went flat
Pecorino.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell, man, because, it's funny. The Penguins are almost built like a Western Conference team
But they're
in the East, obviously. But, I got to say, if they didn't beat Washington, this would be totally different.
the East is definitely, I think, stronger, without a doubt.
Well,
I think, yeah.
I think the East is top heavy, but I gotta say though, the Predators making it to the finals, it was good for the sport. It's cool seeing like everybody
It's got to be. I mean,
like down there. It's good seeing
think about it this way: an expansion team making the Stanley Cup with the following year, an expansion team coming. Like, it's something that kind of
Yeah, that's true, man. They came into the league in '99.
99 with Minnesota.
Now Columbus.
Oh, Columbus. Yeah. Yeah, and Columbus hasn't. They're up there, but
I'm
again,
ready
they're-
for Columbus to show up. But anyways,
They're an
we
Eastern
gotta
Conference team, and it's tough. I mean,
Yeah.
they went through Pittsburgh. They shouldn't be playing Pittsburgh.
Hey, they could have beat Pittsburgh though. They could have.
They
This
could've.
whole thing could have been different, man. Nashville could have lost to the Hawks.
If what's his name, Wensberg, or who's that defenseman? The rookie.
Oh, Wenberg.
Wenberg. If he didn't take that, I think he
Oh,
got hit.
Werniski.
Yeah,
Werniski.
he's a defenseman. I know that there's
Yeah.
a forward.
Well, they have Wenberg and they have Werniski.
Werniski is the guy I'm trying to describe.
Yeah.
He got hit right here.
Yeah, but that's for the after the playoffs. So we're still on the Stanley Cup. But I gotta say, Sunday, I think that's obviously the deciding game.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, what time is that at 7:00?
7 o'clock Central, 6 Eastern, I believe 9 Pacific. Like I said, folks, I'm getting better with these time zones.
Next year you're gonna be doing the Europeans.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Maybe we can get some time zones up there for them. You know, they might have NHL games Sunday. You never know what the packages are over there.
I bet they do.
There's obviously streaming packages, but
I wonder if they have better access to KHL games, just because they're in between. You know.
They might.
Yeah.
They might. I gotta say though, we had a blast bringing all this to you together. It's sad to see the hockey season coming to an end.
The Pittsburgh gonna probably win the cup.
I'm
That makes it
bummed
even
about
sadder.
that, but it's hockey, man.
Yeah.
It's just it stinks to see it go.
Yeah, and you gotta figure out what to do for 4 or 5 months. Is it 5 months?
No, I think like 4 months. I believe they started back up in October, but
Yeah, they started over in Europe. I think different. You said that there's a game in Finland.
oh, I believe so. A game in the Avalanche and Ottawa play in Sweden, but we'll cover that in the off season, Chad. You know,
As long as you're sure.
yeah, we'll cover it all. We got a lot of shows coming up with that are recaps. We'll recap the playoffs and we'll recap the Blackhawks season, obviously, and the whole season as a whole for the NHL because a lot of exciting things happened.
Yeah,
But-
we gotta go back to the review though.
Let's we gotta start signing off, folks. We gotta wrap this podcast up. So we just gotta thank you guys for sticking with us all year. We've had a blast recording this and producing
yeah.
it for you guys and bringing it to you from my dining room.
Oh yeah,
But
it's good setup though.
we've definitely gotten the job done. We appreciate and thank you guys for subscribing and liking our videos and giving us comments and feedback.
The support.
Oh yeah, always the support. I mean, it's been a blast. We can't wait to keep going, but it stinks that hockey is coming to an end.
Yeah,
The playing part, at least.
I think it's gonna be a crazy market, but
Oh, don't forget the draft is coming up too. But
boom.
as for myself, Phil Bernardi, I gotta say thank you, folks, and we'll be back with you soon. As for my partner,
Chad Van Dersen.
you wanted to give us any words, Chad, to the audience?
No, I'm just gonna miss the NHL season. That's all.
Yeah, but we got the NHL draft, we got the expansion draft, we got free agency. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening this off season that we will bring you to, also, folks.
Boom.
So thank you for sticking with us. We'll come to you next Friday. I believe that is. I'm looking at my calendar really quick. June 16th is our next podcast. We will know the definite Stanley Cup champion by that time. Whether it be Pittsburgh finishing off in Game 6 or Nashville winning in Game 6 and Game 7.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a doozy.
it's gonna be Nashville, Pittsburgh.
It's
Game 6,
it's been pretty
Nashville.
good. It's been exciting. You can't say that it hasn't. But all right, thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Please remember to click subscribe on our YouTube page and like us on Facebook. Please, it means a lot to us to have your support, and we couldn't do it without our audience out there. And just gotta say, see you guys. Well, tune in to you guys next Friday, June 16th. Take care.